choice but to introduce a living wage. And in that, we find inspiration, that we can build a progressive consensus and we can do it on a national scale. It means, as Caroline has said, an end to the politics of tribes, of command and control, of whips and leaders who blackmail their party into obeying them. And it's a politics, as we've heard, that can only be built around proportional representation. And the rise of the BNP is not because in Europe the voting system is fair. The rise in the BNP is because first past the post in our national elections tells New Labour to ignore its core vote. They don't matter. All that matters is a few swing voters in a few swing streets. And Harriet, we have stopped talking to those people. We have ignored them. And we must ignore them no longer. So we have to give up on the myth that strong government can come through first past the post, that we can somehow cheat our way to power. And we have to give up on the pretense, too, that any single party has a monopoly of wisdom. We have to remember that the welfare state, the post-war welfare state, was not built on the ideas of Labour people. Keynes was a liberal, Beveridge was a liberal, Butler was a Tory. We have to recognise that ideas can come from all sources, and we have to listen and we have to talk. And that's why I'm so pleased that Caroline is here. That's why I'm pleased that Evan Harris, the Liberal Democrat MP, will be here later. I'm delighted that Adam Price, a socialist but a member of Plaid Cymru, is here later. And I'm very pleased that Salma Yaqub is here from Respect as well. New politics here in this hall. This is what the future of politics looks like. Labour, Greens, Liberal Democrats, Nationalists, people of no party, of think tanks, of pressure groups, of civil society, coming together to end the old tribes, to end the steam age politics, to start doing politics differently. People who are fed up of waiting for leaders to do it for them and want to do it themselves. And let us remind ourselves of some of the people in Compass who are beginning to learn that lesson and put that in place, that we don't have to wait. People like our own Gavin Hayes, the General Secretary of Compass, who quite frankly should be the General Secretary of the Labour Party because it would be a much better place if he was. He's a constant inspiration to me and to us, and thank you for Gavin for all the work you've put in today. Chukwuemeka, the Labour candidate in Streatham, a young man who beat the leader of the Labour group to represent his home seat. He didn't take the easy path. He believes in something and fought for it and he won. John Cruddas, a mere backbencher, but someone who knows that change can come from any seat in Parliament if you have the will and the ideas, and we'll be hearing from John later. Sam Tarry, the chair of Compass Youth, who fought the most amazing and energetic and hopeful campaign to become the chair of Young Labour, and he won. He beat the machine. It's unheard of in the history of New Labour. And Sam and Compass Youth are creating the most precious thing that we can have, a future for our politics. And then we have Helena Kennedy sitting down the front this morning. Helena didn't wait for anyone. She set up Charter 88 and then the Power Inquiry to build our democracy. She fought for the ordination of women and a better deal for women in higher education. She took on unpopular issues like women and domestic violence, the Guildford Four, the Birmingham Six, and represents British Muslims facing unfair prosecution. None of these people have taken the easy road, the easy career, or the easy rewards. They have fought for what they believe in and won because of it. None of them waited. They empower themselves by believing in something different and something better. They know, like we know, that nothing of any value is ever given away. Power is never given away. We have to fight for it and we have to struggle for it. We said... Is that David Miliband regretting something else? We said 5 years ago that if we build it, people will come, and they have. Over 4,000 members of Compass now. 500 more people have joined in the last few months alone because of our campaigns on things like the windfall tax and trying to stop the privatisation of Royal Mail. We have over 25,000 people on our email list. We're building alliances and networks with people in civil society like John and War on Want, as well as with other parts of the European left. At lunchtime, you can meet with people from your own region to talk about what you can do to make change happen in your region, your towns, and your cities. But our politics can only be driven by this dream of a better world. It is about society coming first and making it happen with the only tool that we have, democracy. Social democracy can be nothing else. I can't promise that it's going to happen quickly. I can't promise that it's going to happen overnight or even before the next election. But what I can promise you is this, is that we will lead you and we will work and move together in the right direction. And we will keep going because of the belief that we have in our hearts. We will join ideas and organisation. We will link the top to the bottom. We will link the desirable to the feasible. We want to be empowered, but we know that power and principle are two sides of the same coin. We have a compass, which means we will never get lost. We have such belief in our hearts that we will never give up, and no turning back to the destruction of the only planet we have. Now, I could finish by saying something really naff, by telling you to go back to your constituencies and prepare for power. But I tell you, you already have it. We don't know how powerful we are. We don't know what strength we have. The only people that hold us back are ourselves. Our institutions, whether it's the Labour Party, the Green Party, the Liberal Democrats, the unions, cooperative groups, community organisations, local councils, and ultimately our country, are only transformed the moment we realise that they are ours to change. We can do anything we want. We do only hold ourselves back. It's not a question of leadership. It's a question of us. I'm fed up of waiting for other people. We're the people that we've been waiting for. We should just get on and start doing it. Thank you very much.